All right, welcome back. So in this episode, it's actually we're doing the Clerici run that I keep promising that we're going to do. So the first thing you need to do before you even start is you need to refund all of your power-ups. And then you need to take all the power-ups that I'm taking. So everything except Magnet, XP, and Curse. You choose Clerici and go into the Inlaid Library. Now, this could probably take a few tries to get. Um, you need to keep restarting until you find the rune tracer. So, the reason why this works, and I'm going to be speeding this up, um, like 2.5 times speed, yeah, like that, because this the entire run. So the reason why this works is Clarici's special ability allows her to allows her weapons to be like double the size until she's level 5. So if you are in the Inlaid Library, and this is how you get the Red Death, like this is how you beat the Red Death or Red Reaper or whatever, or at least the main strategy that I've seen. You take the rune tracer first. There's a green gem sitting on that table at the very start. If you run over here, grab it, and are offered the rune tracer, take it. Go back behind this chair and make sure that the hand, when the character is facing to the left, make sure the hand is just right of the the little thing below it. And make sure, so the sprite of Clerici has changed apparently. But make sure that the belt is just above the trim of the wall behind you. And that should more or less be what you need to do to stay alive. The reason why this works is because the hitbox of the rune tracer is much larger than the actual graphic itself. So it's covering Clerici. Even though it looks like you could get hit from the top, the hitbox is actually covering you. So anything that gets too close will actually get killed by the rune tracer itself. And the rune tracer, since it's so large, is getting trapped um, between the wall and the chair there, or the stool. Alright, so at this point, enemies will stop dropping XP, and if you notice on the left side of the screen, there is a red gem. So the entire point of the red gems is they hold the XP for, and once it's dropped, they're holding the XP for all these enemies that are getting killed. It's to help with lag primarily, to prevent your CPU from dying. They put all the XP in this one red gem. So when the 30-minute mark comes up, the red Reaper will show up. You need to make a mad dash for that gem. If you can't see it, okay, sorry, for whatever reason, my parents still have a landline. I don't really understand why they still have it, but people just call us in the randomly in the middle of the day. So, of course, that had to happen right as I was recording. So, I don't know what I was talking about. Something about the red gem. So yeah, make a dash for it at the 30-minute mark. You're probably you're probably going to run into a lot of these chests that are on the ground, which is perfectly fine. And if a boss drops a chest on you, that is perfectly fine. So the reason why we want to stay right here, one, the enemy health or strength or whatever is based off of your level. So if you're staying at level 2, then they're not getting any stronger. The same thing applies to the Red Reaper. The reason why this is the primary strategy to defeating the Red Reaper is because if you go above, like, level 2, it's near impossible to kill them. Like, because they have, like, millions of health, I think. By, like, level 100, they probably have 1 billion health. So, reason why this works is this protects you until the Red Reaper spawns at the 30-minute mark. While you're still level 2, his health is relatively low, and I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but his health won't go up if he's already on the screen. If one of your rune tracers pops out like that, it's fine as long as all of them don't pop out. If you start, like, getting hit a little, don't freak out, because I know it can be kind of a freak out type of moment. Oh crap, I'm starting to take damage. What am I doing wrong? It's okay. As long as you're not losing a lot of health. If you're just getting hit by, like, once or twice throughout the entire thing, it's fine. Because that just happens because there's so many enemies that some of them just get pushed into you. So don't freak out. If you start taking a lot of damage, then try and adjust yourself. Usually you need to go farther down. Because the rune tracer is just not blocking or covering you as well with so many enemies. So yeah, this is why I wanted to do this post commentary, because one, doing one of these takes a while because you have to take 30 minutes to do it. And even then, it's not guaranteed that you're going to beat the Red Reapers. Or beat a Red Reaper. And obviously I could have done, like, just a regular run with Clerici, but I wanted to take the opportunity to show this off, because this is the primary strategy to getting the Red Reaper, which, if you don't know, is an unlockable character in the game. It's not an achievement or anything, so you don't have to do it to, like, get an achievement or anything. But if you want a really awesome new character, this is what you gotta do. Or at least, this is the main strategy to doing it. I feel like I heard someone mention that there was another strategy to doing it, but this is the primary one that I've seen and I've heard. So I'll go into... I guess I should probably start talking about what items we're going to want to choose. So, let's see. I'll obviously include this in the video, I just wasn't sure where I was going to talk about it. So obviously, the first two items you're going to have is the holy water or Santa water. That's what you start off with. And you have to do Clerici, obviously, because in order to get these large weapons, you have to have Clerici at the start. You have to get Rune Tracer in order to do this strategy. So Rune Tracer is the second one that you would need to get. Now, here are the core and the two other core items that you need in order to do this strategy. You need the clock lancelet, and you need the laurels. Now, these two work together, so you need both of them. The clock lancelet is to obviously stop the Red Reaper from being able to do anything, while the laurels keep you alive longer, because it does take a few extra seconds for the Red Reaper to break through your laurels. Now, you need to get both of those, and then there's a few other weapons that you can go with. If you're offered bone, I think they recommend that you take that. Take bone. But it's a very low percentage chance that you'll even be offered bone, so you don't really need to worry about that. The other one is knife. The knife. That one's a pretty good one to get, because you're often going to take bracer as well, so at least that way you can evolve it. And then a few other weapons that you could choose from is the magic wand or the cross. Both are good options. Now, for passive items, the recommended ones, or the best ones, I guess, is Candelabra, Bracer, Spellbinder, and Empty Tome. Although I think Empty Tome got changed a little to the point that it's not as good or not as necessary for this, because I ended up not taking it. All right, so 30-minute mark hit. I thought I didn't speed this part up, but we're running into all these chests as we're trying to get to the red gem. So, alright, we're taking Brazier, Tirgasu, Candelabra. I think this one we take the magic. We definitely take the magic wand at some point. So yeah, Santa water, laurels. You have to get laurels, and clock lancelet. All right, and I think at this point, and use your rerolls and skips and banishes however you feel fit. I swear I didn't speed this part up, but I guess I must have. I also take Duplicator, because that's also a good one to take. Alright, so at this point, we've chosen all of our items. You're going to get enough levels to get all of these just through that red gem. So don't even worry about, and don't worry about it. So for this one, I'm going to take Floor Chicken. They must have just added this, because that wasn't originally a thing. But if you know that there's something specific that you're going to want all of for the rest of the game, then choose it. Alright, so you want to be about right here with your belt in sort of the middle of the trim. Ideally, what should be happening is the Rune Tracer should be hitting it, as well as your knives. So the reason why I ended up not taking Empty Tome, and our lancelet seems to be just at the nick of time to hit them. And this is with 2 cooldown reductions for our passive bonuses on the home screen. So this seemed to work for me. Now, the only one that we're really concerned about is that one, which we just killed. There's no like special chime or anything to say, hey, you killed it. Congrats. It just disappears. So yeah, that is the strategy to killing the red reapers. Obviously we're gonna continue this just to see how far we can get. Fortunately, there's no other achievements that we can really do now. Once you get past 3 red reapers on the screen, it becomes a lot harder because they're often pushing each other out of the way. These other ones are not going to die. It's just not going to happen because there's so much health. I mean, our rune tracers are doing a lot of damage, but that's still a lot. I love how there's 5 of these things. Eventually they start pushing each other out of the way, and it's hard to keep them all frozen at the same time. And they just destroy your laurel. So there we go. All right. And we unlocked Red Death. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.